Welcome to the Deep Dive, everybody. Today, well, this one is going to be a weird one. We're diving into the mind of, I guess you could say, a triangle.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah, so buckle up, because we're going through Alex Hirsch's The Book of Bill, which is supposedly written by Gravity Falls' own Bill Cipher, dream demon extraordinaire.
And to be clear, from the jump, we're talking about your copy of this book, like the physical copy you have.
Oh, right.
So if you feel like he's speaking directly to you, well...
Which is unsettling, to say the least.
He kind of is.
Yeah, like straight up. That's the vibe we're going for. This isn't just a general overview. This is like custom tailored for you. We're going to unpack Bill's supposed origins, his powers, because who knows with this guy?
What are his motivations? What's his deal?
What is his deal?
What's the big plan?
Yeah, what is the big plan?
And try to get into, like, the mind of a being who claims to be the most important triangle in history.
Which, okay, I mean, bold claim.
Bold claim.
But also, like, your new best friend, life coach, mental coach, overlord, and style consultant.
According to him, yes.
Which we're just supposed to, like, forget about.
Right.
Like, that's not a little, I don't know, suspicious.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like a pretty classic manipulation tactic, right? Like trying to butter you up before he hits you with the...
the big one.
Universe-ending scheme, exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah, he doesn't want us to, be on guard or anything.
Right.
But let's back up a little bit, right? So in the show, at least initially, Bill comes across as, this mischievous kind of trickster, all-powerful, can warp reality, yada, yada, yada.
Oh, totally.
But still, like, more playful than anything else.
Remember that bit with the silly straws, though?
Oh, yeah.
Like, as if he couldn't just snap his non-existent fingers?
Right.
But apparently they become serious straws when he uses them to, well...
When he uses them to end someone.
End someone, yeah. It's a little dark.
A dark sense of humor, for sure.
Yeah, but the book... Like, it takes things a step further.
Oh, absolutely.
He claims to be an idea that can't be killed.
An idea, yeah. How do you kill an idea?
Right.
Big question mark.
How does something that exists, like, outside of our understanding of life and death even, like...
How does he even interact with our world?
Interact with our world, let alone want to. Like... Control it,
Right. That's the paradox, right?
It is a paradox. It's very Bill.
It's very Bill. But he's not shy about, listing all these vast... powers that he has, right? Mind control, possession, pyrokinesis.
Oh, right, pyrokinesis.
Telekinesis, like the whole, he can see across realities.
Oh, yeah. Cyphervoyance.
Cyphervoyance, of course.
Which, okay, that's a little scary.
A little scary.
You can't forget the whole looking amazing in formal wear thing.
Of course, that's important.
Priorities.
Gotta have him.
But it's interesting to me, like, with all of this power, he also admits to some pretty, like...
Yeah.
Weird weaknesses.
Well, synthesized music.
Synthesized music, yeah.
Like what?
Apparently it's like kryptonite.
Okay.
Yeah.
And of course, we can't forget the humble tinfoil hat. The great defender.
Classic. Though he does offer, to anyone who's listening, if you could please destroy McGucket's memory gun.
Oh, right.
He will give you diamonds.
He makes a lot of promises in this book.
He does. So,
take that with a grain of salt.
Yeah, I don't know if I trust him.
Yeah.
But I do want to go back to this whole Bill is an idea thing, like no physical form, really.
Right. How does he actually do anything?
Exactly.
It's got to be all manipulation. Right?
It's all influenced. It's got to be.
Right. Like he needs to possess someone. He needs to make deals. To get things done in the real world.
Which brings us to his, motivations.
Yeah. Yes.
What drives being like Bill Cipher?
Right.
The Glory Days section of the book is something else, man.
It's a trip, for sure.
It's a trip.
He talks about, like, crashing two planets together.
To make them kiss.
Yeah, to make them kiss.
Who does that?
Bill, apparently.
Okay, and then watching a barber pole spin for, like...
Billions of years?
Billions of years.
What? He's got a lot of time on his hands, I guess.
And then hosting a Nightmare Realm prom.
Yeah, which, sounds kind of fun until you get to the
death toll.
The death toll.
Not great.
Yeah, not great.
Not a great look, Bill.
Not his best moment.
But, okay, these aren't just like random acts of like, oh, I'm bored, chaos.
They tell us something, right?
They're revealing about Bill.
Yeah, I think this isn't just destruction for destruction's sake. This is about control,
Control.
Manipulation on a cosmic scale and like even the imagery, right? Forcing planets to kiss.
Like, what does that even mean?
Yeah, exactly. It's all about his own, like, warped sense of humor.
Right.
His disregard for, the natural order of things.
He was too annoying for hell.
He was too annoying for hell. Let's not forget that.
Imagine being kicked out
Of hell.
for being annoying.
Says a lot.
It really does.
Yeah.
But, on a lighter note, I'm at least a little relieved he doesn't seem to have any interest in, romance. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that love chapter
The
was
choice, for sure.
interesting.
He calls love a scam, basically.
Love is a scam, and he's never lonely.
Never lonely.
Especially not in his, and I quote, giant, pulsating biomechanical hive cube.
Yeah, not going to touch that one.
Whatever that means. I don't know if I want to know.
I don't know if I want to know either.
But this brings us to, like, the big question, right?
Yeah.
What is this whole big plan he keeps hinting at?
The big plan. Well, he does reveal that he's currently trapped, right? In this dimension, he calls the theraprism.
Theraprism dimension, hashtag 5150.
5150, yeah, which is supposed to be like this neutral zone.
Outside of time.
Outside of time, exactly.
This sounds very relaxing.
Right, but, Bill being Bill, he's got a plan to escape.
Okay, and let me guess, it involves us.
You are the key to his return, apparently.
Or she claims that, yeah.
Hold on. Back up a little bit.
He's been subtly manipulating you through this entire book.
This book right here.
This book right here.
Okay.
Preparing you for his grand return to Gravity Falls.
Okay, well, that's not ominous at all.
Nope, not at all.
Especially with the little inscription in the back. Someday, someone will let me out.
Right there on, like, the last page.
Okay, so creepy message on the last page. Check.
Check.
Okay, hold on. So he wants us to believe that he can just, like, manipulate us. Like, we're just puppets and he's pulling the strings. All because we, read a couple pages of this book?
I mean, that's what he wants you to think, right?
Right, but come on.
Like, he spends a good chunk of this book bragging about how he can, and I quote, invade anything with neurons.
Okay, first of all, ew.
Right.
And second of all, he thinks paper is nervous wood, so...
Who knows what he's trying to do here?
Right. It's like he could be messing with our minds right now.
The possibilities out there.
Okay, but even if he could do all that, right? Like, why even bother?
No. If he's so all-powerful, why not just, like, break out of space jail and call it a day?
Well, because I think there's something else at play here.
Okay.
It's not just about power, right?
Right.
Remember that chapter on humans?
Oh, yeah.
Bill finds humans endlessly fascinating.
Okay.
He describes the universe as, like, a holographic trading card
Okay.
stuck inside a collector's binder.
I mean, that's a pretty cool image.
It is a cool image.
Not gonna lie.
But then he's, like, really happy to point out how small and insignificant we all are.
Oh, okay, so less cool.
Yeah, less cool when you put it like that.
Right.
But the point is, I think he gets off on this stuff.
So he wants to escape, not just to, like, rule, but to, like, toy with us.
Basically.
That's kind of messed up, dude.
Yeah, it's a little messed up.
But where does this, like, warped sense of reality come from?
Well, that's a good question.
Like, how does he justify any of this?
You're thinking about the morality chapter, I think.
Oh, right, with the flexible
oh.
concepts of good and evil.
Yeah. He's got a pretty loose definition of those things.
Which, knowing Bill, tracks.
Right.
So does that mean he just, like, does whatever he wants?
Pretty much, yeah.
Consequences be damned.
He mocks anyone who tries to, like, impose order on the universe.
Oh, no, not the rule followers.
He thinks they're missing the bigger picture, man.
Which is
Chaos.
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 That's the big picture.
That's the big picture.
Okay, so we've got a nihilist
Yeah.
with a penchant for silly straws and,
Yeah.
like, interdimensional travel.
Sounds about right.
Wonderful. Just wonderful. But this holographic universe theory,
Yeah.
is there, like, more to it?
Yeah, he actually goes into quite a bit of detail.
Oh, no.
He talks about this being, he calls it the fabricator.
The fabricator.
Yeah, who creates universes
Okay.
for fun.
For fun.
Just, like, treats them like little playthings.
Okay, that's a little bleak.
That's a lot bleak.
Even for me.
Yeah, it's heavy stuff.
Can we maybe go back to something a little less existentially terrifying?
Sure.
Like, what's the deal with his hench maniacs?
Oh, wow. His little gang of misfits.
Yeah, they're something else.
But what's interesting is how he uses their stories, right?
Okay.
Like, their little quirks, their insecurities, he really, like, weaponizes them.
To control them.
To control them, exactly.
Right. And he just, like, casually reveals all their embarrassing secrets.
Oh, yeah, like passwords, hidden fears.
Like the one guy who's terrified of kittens.
Yeah, which, I mean, listen, kittens can be scary.
They can be, but like...
But why is he telling us this?
Right? That's what I want to know.
What's the point of all this sharing?
It's got to be manipulation, right?
Of course it's Bill.
Right.
But it's like another level to it.
Okay.
He's showing us how vulnerable they are
Right.
to make us feel vulnerable.
Oh, so it's like he's not just trying to relate to us.
Yeah.
He's trying to like soften us up.
Soften us up, make us more susceptible.
So we'll do what he wants.
Exactly.
Okay, it's kind of brilliant.
It's classic cult leader stuff,
Yeah.
like build a rapport, make them feel special.
Right. And then, bam, you've got him.
Okay, but then he goes on to tell us about all these other dimensions.
Right. Like the one where you and Mabel live totally normal lives.
Oh, yeah. Like no weirdness at all.
None. Just like peaceful, blissful ignorance.
I mean, part of me is like, sign me up.
Right.
But something about it just feels off.
Well, yeah, because he makes sure to remind you that he still remembers.
Ugh, of course he does.
He even claims to see worlds where the Pines family,
Loses.
loses.
Ugh, classic Bill.
Always got to twist the knife.
So what? He's just trying to scare us now.
I think it's more like he's reminding us what we stand to lose
If we don't cooperate.
if we don't cooperate.
Which brings us to the penultimate chapter, where he lays out his plan.
His big plan to escape. Let me guess. It involves, like, us becoming his new meat suit.
Well, he describes it as a partnership.
Oh, how nice.
A way for both of you to get places.
Get places.
But the end goal is pretty clear. Restart Weirdmageddon.
Restart Weirdmageddon.
Reshape reality in his image.
And he really thinks that I'm going to help him do that.
He's banking on it.
After all this.
He thinks you're so caught up in his games.
The game.
His riddles, his promises.
Offices of what?
Power, who knows, that you'll overlook the very real danger.
Right. But he actually tells us how he's going to do it.
Oh, yeah.
Like step by step.
Down to the last detail.
Okay.
Let's just say it involves the Pines family and a sharp object.
Yeah, we're not going to unpack that.
That's not pretty.
Nope. I think I need a palate cleanser after that one.
Yeah. I'm going to go get some water.
Maybe a new dimension to escape to.
Sounds good to me.
What could possibly come after a chapter that? So we've gone through a lot with this book.
Yeah, it's a wild ride for sure.
It's a wild ride.
Bill really takes you there.
He does.
Yeah.
We've talked about his weird powers, his even weirder, glory days, and his less than subtle plan to break out of, dimension jail?
Yeah, basically.
And, maybe destroy the universe. It's a lot.
It really makes you question everything you thought you knew about, reality,
Right. Is any of this real? Is he being real when he tries to show us,
his softer side.
yeah, the whole vulnerability thing? Is that real or is that just more
It's
manipulation?
impossible to tell with Bill.
It's Bill. Which I guess is kind of the point, right?
I think so.
Keep us guessing, keep us on our toes, never let us feel safe.
Exactly. But then the final chapter takes a turn.
Oh, does it now?
It does.
Don't tell me, let me guess.
Go for it.
McGucket. It's McGucket, right? He finally got his memories back.
No.
And he's exposing Bill's plan to the world through the power of interpretive dance.
Not quite.
Okay, worth a shot.
But it's not Bill talking in the last chapter.
Okay, then who is it?
It seems Grunkle Stan got his hands on the book
Let's dance.
and decided to add his own commentary.
Oh, no, I got to hear.
You know Stan.
This is going to be good.
He doesn't hold back.
What wisdom does Grunkle Stan have to impart on the nature of reality?
Well, he starts by calling Bill a little wise guy.
Oh, Stan, classic.
And expresses some, let's call it skepticism about Bill's whole deal.
Skepticism. Stan. Shocking.
I know, right?
Give me the highlights.
Okay, so he says, and I quote, "Look, the little wise guy ain't that complicated. I only met him once, and then I cried like a baby, and he punched him to death."
Okay, first of all, amazing.
Right.
Second of all, I have so many questions.
So many questions, yeah.
But we're not going to get into it, so he's not buying it.
Not for a second.
What else?
He even questions, Bill's whole all-knowing thing.
Right.
He says, if Bill's so smart, how come we're so much happier than him?
Okay, Stan with the truth bombs. He's not wrong.
Yeah, for a guy who claims to have all the answers.
Right.
Bill doesn't seem to have figured out,
Basic human
the
happiness.
simple things.
And then, the best part.
Stan tears a dollar bill in half.
No way.
And writes, "Look what I just ripped in half. Suck it."
Okay, that's amazing.
It's perfect.
Like he's reminding us.
What's it all matter?
Yeah. not to take any of this too seriously.
Exactly. Don't let Bill get in your head, you know?
Don't let him live there rent-free.
He's not worth it.
So where does that leave us as readers? Like, what are we supposed to take away from all of this?
Well, that's the question Bill wants us to ask, right?
Right.
He wants us to doubt everything, our choices, our memories.
Our sanity, our free will, the whole 9 yards.
Exactly. But maybe, and hear me out here, maybe that's not the real takeaway.
Okay, I'm listening.
Maybe what we should be taking away from this is that we can't let fear control us.
Right.
Even when we're dealing with something as, I don't know, powerful and manipulative as Bill Cipher.
We still have a choice.
We have a choice.
To give in to the fear or to fight back.
To laugh in the face of chaos.
And to tear a dollar bill in half, if you're feeling spicy.
Hey, if it works for Stan.
There you go. That was something else.
I told you it was going to be a weird one.
That's one way to put it. But hey, that's Bill Cipher for you.
Always keeping us on our toes, even from, another dimension.
So what have we learned? Probably nothing good. But hey, at least we had some laughs along the way, right?
That's what matters.
So until next time, stay weird, everybody, and try not to let any interdimensional demons into your minds.
And if you see a floating Dorito offering you a silly straw,
Run
the other way.
and maybe grab some tinfoil on your way out. This is good advice.
Always good advice.
We'll see you next time.